Hey, happy day. If y'all want to save a whole bunch of money at Christmas time when you're out shopping, all you have to do is express your political views on Facebook. And then it's easy because nobody will let you into their store. Freedom, it is not easy to obtain, but it's easy to lose. You have to recognize that the governments today are not on your side. Have you picked that up already? Because they're not. They're just not on your side. Labor Day. Labor Day, it's coming up. I got to say, it's a federal holiday, right? In the United States and in Canada, celebrated on the first Monday in September to honor and recognize the labor movement and the works and contributions of laborers to the development and achievements of each country. Okay, guess what? This started out as a socialist and communist creation, and in many ways it still continues as that, but we don't think of that anymore. We think of it as a holiday. It's Labor Day, and we don't give thought to what the name implies, but you got to research it. There is all kinds of action, I guess, and burnings and fightings and a good wordage and stuff just to create the Labor Day weekend, and we have that now. Stores in New York State, they now require identification for you to buy a can of whipped cream. Thanks to this new law, it came out actually last year. The legislation was sponsored by New York State Senator Adu, maybe, or something. He's a Democrat, of course, and he's in Queens. And he says we got to combat the use of whipped cream chargers because it's bad. And we need to put the age up to 21, which is kind of the same for alcohol or tobacco and guns too in some states, I guess. That's what they're trying to do at least. But they say this is just tough. You know what? You got to show us your age. We're going to card you just so you can buy the whipped cream. Why? I asked, and then they answered me, and this is the answer. The chargers are filled with laughing gas, which can cause brain damage, hearing loss, and injuries, and even sudden death. Really? So if that's the case, and that's actually there in whipped cream, get rid of it. Ban it for everybody. What are you saying? That up to 21, you know, those people can't have it. But if you're over 21, you can kill yourself with laughing gas and whatever it is when you have a piece of pie and whipped cream. This needs a little more research, I'd kind of say, wouldn't you? And then one drugstore says anyone who appears under the age of 30, we're going to card them. In California, doesn't matter what age you are. If you go to buy a tobacco product, they card you. And I think the limit there is 21. But they card you. Look at me. I'm old. And I go buy cigars in the store, and I have to show my identification. It's vexing, but you have to by law. Or maybe it's just by store. I'm not really sure about that, but I know Walgreens for sure. They do that. Doesn't matter. I look at them. I say, look at me. Would you really think I'm under 21? Come on. The governor in New York State, she recently signed a bill to ban the word salesman and replace it with salesperson, as well as replace words such as his and her with the pronoun they and them. And she wants more gendered language. Of course she does. And she wants to be inclusive among everybody, okay? And in addition, she's saying, I want legislation to remove gendered language by removing references to his, her in favor of, changes himself to themselves, and as appropriate changes to variations of these words. The bill goes on and on. It's very repetitive, but that's what they're about. A word is more important than spending time to fix the city's crime problem. I guess it also changes the term inmate. That's somebody in jail, right? An inmate to incarcerated person. I want to change the word governor to stupid person. That would be kind of nice. We have a chocolate shop. Moving on here, keeping up. Hey, we have a chocolate shop in San Francisco who says we've been robbed numerous times and we're upset now. We're in Chinatown. Everybody's out to get us. So I'm going to teach all of my employees martial arts. And that's good. Good for them. Give them a gun too, but in the meantime, do the martial art thing, and why not? So they're doing kung fu, and every day, she says, this is the manager of this one store, every day I see people being chased in the street because they've stolen something, and now we're going to chase them back, but when we catch them, we're going to beat them up. That's good. I've been doing martial arts for more than 30 years, and the good thing about it is when you run away from a fight, people say you're scared, and you can always respond, I am scared. I'm scared. I'll kill you. Hey, I got more. There's a new Canadian tax on vehicles. Over $100,000. It's a federal tax. So the provinces go out and do their own damage. And now the feds have come out just recently and said, if you pay more than $100,000 for any vehicle, we get 20% of that. So if you pay $150,000 for a vehicle, they get 20% of the $50,000. And when asked their answer, why did you do this? Their answer was, instead of saying something simple like, we need the money, the answer was, if you can afford a car and pay more than $100,000 for that car, then you can certainly afford the tax. That's a good socialist answer, because that is what socialists say. I won first place in a political correctness competition sponsored by the Liberals last weekend. Though, to be fair, everybody else did too. Did you get that? Socialism, hey, not a nice system. Y'all come back. See ya.